around, and so I have jokes about homeless people because you see homeless people everywhere. But I just want the homeless people to know there's someone and some people that have it worse than them. Okay, so the first person that was ever homeless, who do you think that was?
Homeless?
Yeah, the first person in history to ever be homeless.
Native American.
Lucifer. He was living in heaven. And by the way, I'm a Christian. He was living in heaven. He was having a wonderful life up there. Then he decided he wanted the big chair instead of the little chair like the other kids. So he decided to go for God's chair. And God kicked him out of heaven. And he became homeless. The first person in history to be homeless. He has a hard luck story. And guess what? He has the worst hard luck story ever. Not only was he homeless, he was the first person to be homeless. Lucifer was the first person to go to jail. Hell was the first jail ever made. So he got kicked out. He went to hell. He lost his job. He lost his father. He lost his brothers. Michael the Archangel, Gabriel kicked his behind, put him out. The first family fight, where was it? In heaven. So you ever been to a black barbecue? They say it doesn't get popping and get started until somebody starts fighting. We learned that from heaven. I'm a Christian. We Christians know how to get it popping. You know, they think Christians are so docile. Oh my gosh, I love everyone. Jesus said, sell your script and get yourself a sword, a weapon. So we believe in the Second Amendment. So guess what? God didn't want Lucifer to go away without a parting gift. So he made sure he came back to heaven. So you want the big chair, you want the high chair, not the little chair where all the other kids are sitting. So Lucifer comes back to heaven with his big plan. I'm going to go get the invisible guy. Now, how did Lucifer think he was going to beat God when you can't even see him? You know, in hip-hop, they have a thing, you can't even see me. But Lucifer, how are you going to beat him? He's in the big chair, first of all. That should have been a clue. And you were in the little chairs out here with all the other angels, but that wasn't good enough for you. So you go for the big chair. Now, if he's invisible, how are you going to get him? When you jump for him, all he has to do is disappear, and you lost the battle. You lost the fight. Everywhere he goes, you try to get him, he just disappeared. He's invisible anyway. How did Lucifer think he would win that battle? So Lucifer fought an invisible guy. Let Lucifer go around telling that story. So there was this invisible guy sitting on a chair, and I wanted to sit there. Will anybody believe him? I think that's where the idea of mental illness came from. When Lucifer walked around telling people, this invisible guy kicked me out of heaven. And they're saying, so a visible person kicked you out of heaven? And yeah, I was living up there. Now, then I had to go down to hell. And they said, and you went to hell too? So what are you doing up here? Oh, well, we have this big thing going on. The Bible talks about the stuff we're going to be doing. I'm going to be trying to fight him again, even though he's invisible and you can't even see him. See, that's why hip-hop should be doing a lot of gospel rap, because we have the big story about war and fighting. The rappers talking about, yeah, I went up against this person. I shot up this place. God says, no, I had the big war. The people are looking for the Third World War. We had that already in heaven. We had a big one there. And the angels had a galactic battle. And Lucifer got kicked out of heaven. But guess what? He was homeless. And we feel sorry for the people outside. Oh, he's homeless. Oh, it's so terrible. And the homeless guy is saying, well, I believe in Jesus. And the guy that got kicked out before me, he's having a harder time than I am. He don't eat no food in hell. He can't eat. There's no food down there. There's no amenities. There's no beds. There's only screaming and yelling. It's nothing down there that you want. And still, he's doing everything he can to get back down there. So let's see what else we got. Yeah, but the invisible thing, imagine Lucifer speaking to someone about his hard luck story, and the guy that he wants to get, he can't seem to get his hands on him because he's invisible. So he tells them, I got an enemy. He's the good guy. He keeps saying he's a good guy. Everyone believes him, but I can never get my hands upon him. Why? He's invisible. No one's going to believe him. He doesn't want people to believe in God, but no one is going to believe him because he's going to tell them the truth about God. Hey, my enemy is invisible. They'll say, if he made you, but we can see you. Well, he's God. Then you just confess you shouldn't have fought him. You shouldn't have. He said, well, he's God. He's invisible. No, he really is true. So Lucifer's going to have to walk around convincing people God really exists now. Because they're going to say, wait a minute, you're saying you fought with an invisible person? Now Lucifer's going to have to try to say, maybe there really is a God. No, seriously, there is one. Okay, thank you.
Nice woman.